If I gave you my business card, the information on the card is not going to change. However, if I had a link on my business card that came and said to you, come and check out the latest information on how you could save money, drive more engagement, increase revenue, and I've got these practical tips on a website, I'm essentially driving you back to a live card. And that's what's important. Social media makes it very easy for me to create such content. People are already there. The challenge and the opportunity is really to make people aware of it. Keep it fresh and keep seeking interaction. If a business is trying to figure out where to find, for example, a better email marketing solution, or perhaps a better way to mobile message their customers, or perhaps a better implementation of Microsoft's CRM system, this business is going to look for information that's available on the web. And it's understandable that many businesses have brochures that are on the web. But what makes a brochure more powerful is a case study. And what makes a case study even more relevant is if there are comments about that case study. So let's work it backwards now. We now have a successful implementation of, say, digital receipts or email marketing at a particular business. We write about that implementation, we talk about the money we saved, the impact that we had, we generate comments from people, we answer questions. All of this drives up social media success for us because that potential customer is looking for real feedback versus just some static brochure that simply says, here's what we do. I'll give you a very relevant example of how you can make social media work and what is really believable. My parents went on a cruise, and when they went on the cruise, they were seeking the best possible cruise line. They wanted the best references. So they went online and they started looking at all the brochures and all the data that was available from a couple of cruise providers. But my father never stopped there, because what he did next was amazing. This is a man who's 70 plus years old, who most people might say is not the ideal Facebook customer. Yet he went online and he started asking other people about their opinion about that particular cruise. And essentially that's how he decided between one company or another. Let me ask you this question. Which company is going to say that we're not perfect? Every company is going to say they are perfect, but the true measure of success is, would you recommend my brand to someone else? And that's why listening from someone else's mouth, which was the third principle of social media I talked about, you need to turn your fans into brand ambassadors. Testimonials are ideal and vital for business success. So big businesses have this big challenge in terms of, okay, what can I do to reach out to my customers, i.e. the small customers, so I can engage with them? And if you go back to the traditional approach, we would advertise, we would print, and we would advertise all over again. It's hard to do that. Word of mouth works. However, word of mouth in its traditional sense may not scale. So I actually want you to think back and look at social media to help you accomplish one of three goals. You want to use social media to find new consumers. You want to use social media to know more about your consumers. And you want to use social media to get your consumers to talk about your brand. So what businesses need to do is businesses need to make their content publishable on social media. And it's very easy to do that. I'll tell you something that is very simple and straightforward is, take your frequently asked questions or take your paper brochures and why don't you turn those into a multimedia document? Include video, include testimonials, include pictures. Important thing is, keep it intriguing, get people to ask questions. And essentially, if you can accomplish these three facts, which is find new people, know more about them, and get people to share information about yourself, big business or small business, it's the same formula that drives success every single time. Three key trends for the year 2013, if I could break them down, are number one, social integration. Don't do social in a silo. Make sure social is integrated into the fabric of your organization. And social is not just preaching, social is listening too. You want to make sure that your consumer is heard, and your consumer, whatever they say, you respond to. So think about weaving social media into your overall fabric of engagement. The second key trend is about social measurement. I don't think any wise business is going to be around if they just throw money at social media. And so you need to have a very practical approach to measure your success. Three ways to measure success: come up with an engagement metric, come up with a reduced cost metric, and come up with a driving attributable revenue metric. So social measurement is key. The third key principle is that about social CRM. And essentially, social CRM is a couple of things. You want to have people or follow people that have clout. That is clout with a C, not with a K, where people who have influence. And what determines that influence? Well, one is the size of the people's followers. Number two is how interactive they are with your followers. And essentially, you want to weave all of this in so that the next time you have a sales call, you're going on a business meeting, or you have a customer that's calling in, you are doing your due diligence by Googling, LinkedIn searching, Facebook searching that particular individual, that particular company. So you have all the CRM knowledge you need in order to successfully work with them. Again, these three things are going to be key drivers of success in the year 2013. Social media is going to be even more mainstream, and most importantly, it's going to be conversational.